This Ashes of Creation video is all about leveling lumberjacking from levels 1 to 10. How long does it take? How much do you make? How many trees do you need to chop? I have all of the info ready for you packaged, and let's just get right into it. Now, I want to mention that this is based on just being a level 15 fighter, but with nothing else, as in we are using the lumberjacking axe that the game just gives you from the starter quest. We are not using any lumberjacking shirts or pants. We are not using gathering scrolls, gathering elixirs, no buffs, no town buffs. This is so that we can get the closest numbers possible for a fresh start. So let me show you, first off, I'm going to show all the numbers on the screen through text, but I just want to show off a visual of what lumberjacking levels 1 to 10 looks like. So this is my inventory of just some random logs. All I did was chop eastern hemlock trees, and we did this in the Anvils region. I did not do it down here in the Riverlands, okay? So keep in mind, I'm an Anvils player. I play in the north. Now, let's go to each storage, because I had to use a lot of storage. There is no trees here at Hammer's Rest Trade Outpost, but at Val Gadim, these two timbers are from chest rewards, so ignore those. Let's see, is there any wood here? Yes, we have a big bunch of stacks of wood here, of just eastern hemlock wood, some of it being uncommon. Here at Dugarim, if I'm even saying that right, here's what the wood looks like. And again, I've already got all of this counted. I've got the inventory managed, so I'm going to put that on screen very shortly for you. Now, I had to run back to Hammer's Rest and use all of the storage here to put all of this wood into storage. So yeah, it's a lot of wood to level up to 10. But that's pretty much it. So let me get the info on screen now for you. All right, so here is all the numbers. Lumberjacking to 10. Now, starting out on all of my character guides, I have characters, or I have the player craft a bow so that they can be beefier at level 10. This is not the bow they craft, by the way. But they're going to spend about 55 wood to craft the bow. At least as a fighter, you would. I think it's 56 for casters. But also, as I played, about 50 wood went unlooted. All right, about. Because either my inventory filled up and I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't going to run to town, store it, run back, and then loot it, okay? So it's about 50. Now, weapon crafting was 55 wood. Inventory, I counted all the wood in my inventory. And then all of the wood at each storage. Also, I counted how much was uncommon, rare, heroic, and epic. So all in all, for me to level lumberjacking to 10, it was estimated around 2,234 wood. But due to rarity, because if you chop rare, heroic, epic trees, you get more XP. So if you were to count out each of the rarities, this is how much: 1,944 common, 200 uncommon, etc., etc. To level to 10, expect to chop or to gather 2,300 to 2,500, depending on the rarity that you get. You can expect much less if you get luckier, okay? So, all in all, I had to chop 447 trees, okay? And due to rarity, it might take you about 460 trees to chop instead. Now, if you were to chop 460 trees, this will take you about 2 hours of just watching the tree chopping animation play out. So, this is incredibly boring and tedious, and so if you want to help make this task less boring, have a second monitor with YouTube, streams, anime, movies, whatever it is you like to watch or do. But if you're sitting here just watching the animation play out every time you chop a tree, and I only chopped adult trees, I did not chop adolescent trees. If you chop an adolescent tree, it actually takes twice as much of your durability, and you get like 2 to 3 wood tops, so not worth it. All of this math is done on adult eastern hemlock trees. Alright, so roaming around also, depending on where you chop trees, things could take a lot longer to chop. Like, for instance, let me just show you this area right now. I'm in Dugarum, and while there are some trees outside the gates of town, these little forest areas are littered with mobs. If I chop a tree, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's like an anti-botting thing, I will, even though I'm level 15, the mobs are level 10. I will aggro like all of the mobs in the area by chopping a tree. I guess chopping a tree is loud. And so I'm having to constantly get into fights if I chop trees around this area. But if I chop trees up here near the starter zone, because there is a lot of bots and just a lot of people chopping trees in general, I don't know if they're all bots or not. Most of them are, sadly. The trees are gone, so I have to run all the way across an area to find one tree that's choppable, run all the way across another area to find another tree that's choppable, and this takes forever. So, like, near the starter zones, tree chopping there, especially during the day and prime time hours, is out. It's going to be a very slow process. Whereas if I just ran down here into the middle of the map, like, say, like, right here, there's a lot of dense trees. All of these are fully grown adult eastern hemlocks. I could chop all these trees and bang, 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 bang. No enemy mobs to aggro, no fights, nothing interrupting me, no bots, no other players chopping these trees. So I can deforest this entire region, then like run up here, deforest this, and that is a way faster way to level up lumberjacking. But really, your time is going to depend on where you're chopping, how close you are to town to bank and to repair and all of that stuff. But I have the numbers for you, okay? So, again, just the animation time to chop the trees is 2 hours. Just running around, storing random fights is another 2 hours. So, again, it only takes you 4 hours to hit level 10 lumberjacking, alright? So, again, it takes 15 seconds to chop a tree. You will gain 200 XP and 80 lumberjacking XP, which means leveling lumberjacking to 10 will give you about 92,000 adventure XP, and this is more or less depending on the rarity. If you get a heroic tree or an epic tree, you get way more, okay? So yeah. Now here are the rarity percents with no gear other than the quest reward lumberjacking axe, no potions, no buff scrolls, no buffs from towns, alright? So this is pretty much in line with my fishing video. 87% common, 8%, about 9% uncommon, then rare, heroic, and epic. And I did not start seeing epic trees until I was around level 5 lumberjacking. On several different characters that I have done this test on, I'd got no epic trees until I hit level 5 lumberjacking. I don't know why that is. I don't know if that's like a thing or if it's just luck. But I have never gotten a legendary tree just with baseline gear. So I'm putting 0% there because, again, I have done this with multiple characters now, and these are the numbers that I have gotten. All right. Now, if you vendored the wood, which you should not, just to prove that this is not a good gold farming method, at least not until you get gathering gear. If you have very good gathering gear, gathering bags, everything that speeds up your gathering, you can chop a tree in like less than 1 second instead of 15 seconds. So you would multiply this by 15. Kind of, not exactly, but you get the idea, right? But if we vendored all the wood we gathered, and it was all common wood from levels 1 to 10, we would only earn 1 gold, 15 silver. This sucks. You're better off grinding mobs to earn gold, to earn glint, to sell for gold instead, alright? Anyway, that is all the info I have for levels 1 to 10 lumberjacking on a bare bones character that is not in a guild, that doesn't have any bonuses other than, again, the starter lumberjacking axe that you get from the quest chain at the very start of the game, the green one here. And the only benefit of the green one is it has 2 extra speed and way more durability. That's it. Again, nothing special, no special clothing, no scrolls, and no elixirs. But that's all I've got. These gathering videos haven't been doing so well. I'm going to try to wrap up this game and wait until there's more, I don't know, wait until there's more hype for the game, because the views just aren't there anymore. I'm sorry, guys. But let me know what you think in the comments. I read every comment. If you have any questions, let me know. And with that said, please like the video, because, again, these videos aren't doing so well. If gathering interests you, show your support. Apparently, a lot of people don't really care about this stuff in Ashes for some reason, even though it's a core mechanic. And finally, with that said, click the video on the right side of your screen. If you don't, in the next few days, whatever pet you may own is going to puke on your floor.